Hello students, welcome to Educate. In the last class, we have discussed about haloalkane and haloarene. In that class, we have discussed about their introduction and the classification of haloalkane and haloarene. And the frequently asked portions of this chapter is nomenclature. The questions from the nomenclature frequently asked in 12th board examination, there must be one questions from the nomenclature in 12th board examination as well as in the NEET examination. But in IIT main examination, there will be one questions always from the topic of nomenclature, but that will be not necessary. That will be from the haloalkane and haloarene only. Okay, so let's see here. Firstly, about this compound, common name and IUPAC name, two portions. Usually in the examination, question will ask about the IUPAC name, but there will be some questions, and particularly in IIT main and the NEET examination, in which the questions will be so that if you will not know the common name of that compound, then you will face a lots of difficulty to solve that questions. So about the common name we will also discuss, but lightly. Like here, this compound, common name is alkyl halide, and in IUPAC we will have to write haloalkane. Okay, in common that will be called alkyl halide, and in IUPAC that will be called haloalkane. Let's see here this compound. Here the bromine is bonded to propyl group, so that's why it will be called, common name will be propyl bromide, and it is N means normal. It is not isomers. Let's see about that. About the isomers, we will here after doing this one. We will also go through the isomers. Same here, it's isopropyl chloride, but IUPAC name will be here. Here, this will be the first carbon, this second, and this will be third. So bromine is attached to the first carbon atom. That's why it will be called 1-bromopropane. Okay. Let's see firstly that what is iso and neo. Iso and neo, how we will write. I am taking an example of pentane. This is pentane. When we write pentane, that will be common name as well as IUPAC name both. But if we insert N here, small n, that is common name. Now of this pentane, if you take one methyl, either this one or this one methyl, so the main chain will be of 4 carbon and attached that methyl to the second carbon atom. So that becomes CH3. So its common name will be, when a methyl group will be bonded to second carbon atom, then we will write the word iso, and total number of carbon here is 5. So we will tell pentane. So common name will be isopentane, and the IUPAC name will be here. To write the IUPAC name, we will have to do the firstly numbering. Firstly, we will have to select the longest carbon chain here. So here it will be 1, 2, 3, 4. Main chain we will select of 4 carbon, and a methyl group is at second position. So we will write in IUPAC name will be 2-methyl butane. Okay, that is 2-methyl-butane will be the IUPAC name and common name will be isopentane, because in this compound total number of carbon atom is 5, in which a methyl group is bonded to second carbon atom. So that's why it will be called isopentane. And in the same way here, in the pentane, you take 2-methyl group, this one, and attach to the second carbon atom. So main chain will be of 3 carbon. Take 2-methyl group, then main chain will be of 3 carbon. So 2-methyl, both the methyl group you attach to the second carbon atom. And then after appropriate arrange the hydrogen, add their appropriate number of hydrogen atom. So total number of carbon here is 5. So IUPAC name will be, its IUPAC name will be neo, N-E-O, neopentane. When 2-methyl group will be bonded to the second carbon atom, then we will use the prefix neo and write that total number of carbon is how much. So total number of carbon atom here is 5, and in which the 2-methyl group is at second position. That's why it will be called neopentane. Okay guys, and IUPAC name will be here 1, 2, 3. So IUPAC name will be 2,2-dimethyl propane. It's IUPAC name of this compound. That will be 2,2 here 2,2-dimethyl 2,2-dimethyl propane. So common name is neopentane and IUPAC name is 2,2-dimethyl propane. So that is here some basic concepts during writing the name of the compound. This one here, watch out. So what is normal pentane? So simply no branching there is isopentane. A methyl group is bonded to the second carbon atom and the total number of carbon in the compound is 5. So that will be isopentane. And the 2-methyl group is bonded to the second carbon atom and the total number of carbon is 5. That's why it's called neopentane. So I hope it's clear for you when we will use iso and when we will use neo. Okay. Now then after here also about the alkyl group. So let's see about the alkyl group words. This is butane. Okay, pentane I am taking, or butane is taken. So this is butane. If the hydrogen from the primary carbon, atom will take out, then the whole group could act as a substituent. When a hydrogen of primary carbon, that is hydrogen attached to the primary carbon, that is also called primary hydrogen or 1-degree hydrogen. The hydrogen attached to the primary carbon is also called primary hydrogen or 1-degree hydrogen. Okay, so here when you remove hydrogen, then it could act as a substituent. That means suppose to any chain it could get bonded like this one. Like this one. So it will be called primary butane or simply butyl. When the hydrogen from the primary carbon will remove and then the valency of whole the alkyl group will get destabilized. That means the valency of that primary carbon will get destabilized and that will be called simply butyl. So it will be called when you have removed hydrogen from here and that become CH3, CH2, CH2, and it will act as here this one. So through this carbon, primary carbon, it will get bonded to the chain. So that will be called simply butyl. And if from this compound, if you remove hydrogen from this secondary carbon, like this one or this one, then a structure will be like this one, CH here. Suppose you have removed hydrogen from here. So here, through this one, through this carbon, it will be bonded to the main chain, and here a methyl group is attached and a ethyl group is attached. So of the butane is bonded to the main chain through secondary carbon atom. So that will be called secondary butyl. Or that's also called sec butyl. So there is true probability of bonding for the butane. One is through the primary carbon, then that will be called simply butyl, and through the secondary carbon, then it will be called sec butyl or secondary butyl. Now another isomers of this butane is isobutane. How is the structure? Isobutane, one methyl group is bonded to the second carbon atom. So that is isobutane here. In this compound, there is probability of removing the hydrogen from this carbon, or from this carbon, or from this carbon. This one is also primary carbon, this one is also primary carbon, and this one is also primary carbon. So when hydrogen will remove from primary carbon and that will get bonded to the main chain, then that will be called isobutyl. A structure may be like this one. You may write like here CH2, here 1 to this one here, CH, one side methyl, here methyl, and through this one that will get bonded. So there will be a chain in which the primary carbon of the isobutyl will get bonded. So that will be called isobutyl. In the same way, hydrogen can be also removed from this carbon, and this carbon is a tertiary carbon. This carbon is a tertiary carbon. So when this hydrogen will get removed, then this group will be bonded to tertiary carbon. So that will be called tertiary butyl, or tert butyl. And the structure of this one will be like this one, CH3. So this carbon, it will be bonded to the main chain, here CH3 and here CH3. So it is tertiary butyl to the main chain. This tertiary carbon atom will get bonded. So that will be called tert butyl or tertiary butyl. Okay, that's the one basic concepts required to you to solve the questions related to nomenclature. Now let's see how to write this compound. So here in butane, that will be called secondary butyl or isobutyl. Same. So common name will be isopropyl chloride. And how to write IUPAC name? So when you will have to write the IUPAC name, so firstly you will have to select the longer carbon chain. So it main chain is of this one, of which here substituent you will have to give lower position to the substituent. During writing this one, you will have to select the longest carbon chain which contain the functional group. When in the chain the functional group will be present, then first of all you will have to select that longest carbon chain which contain the functional group. So main chain is this one, and in which here the chain here carbon is attached to this carbon. So you will have to include this carbon atom in the main chain. So for this one done, after selection of the chain, you will have to do the numbering, and you will have to do the numbering in such a way that the functional group will acquire lowest position. So that is possible when it will be from here 1, 2, 3. So here at second carbon atom there is chlorine. So that we will write 2-chloropropane. So that's why compound name of the compound is 2-chloropropane. Now let's see about this compound here. So here chlorine is bonded to the isobutyl. Same here. Chlorine is bonded to the primary carbon atom of isobutane. So that's why it will be called isobutyl. And here chlorine has been bonded there. So that's why it will be called isobutyl chloride. Isopropyl chloride here, why? Here the chlorine is bonded to the isopropane of the isopropyl group. The chlorine is getting bonded. That's why common name is isopropyl chloride. IPAC name here 2-chloropropane. Now let's see here how to write the IPAC name of this compound. So firstly, you will have to select that longest carbon chain. You will have to select that longest carbon chain which contains the functional group. So this carbon here, this chlorine is bonded to this carbon atom. So you will have to select that carbon chain which must contain this carbon atom. So it is must to include this carbon in the main chain. So let's see here. So this carbon atom here, you will have to include. So main chain will be 1, 2, 3 this one, or 1, 2, 3 this one. Whatever you would like to take, that chain you may select. Then after, let's see, do the numbering. You will have to do the numbering in such a way that the carbon atom containing the functional group will get lowest position. You will have to do the numbering in such a way that the carbon atom doing bond formation with functional group will get lowest position, and that is possible when we do the numbering like this 1, 2, 3. So when we have done the main chain is of 3 carbon. So in the last we will write propane, and this one substituent the functional group halogens. For the functional group halogens as well as NO2 or ether, and few more functional groups for which we use prefix and not the suffix. That means we consider those functional group as a substituent, and the name of compound will be not based on the functional group. Like OH, that is OH, alcoholic group. So for the alcoholic group, the suffix used is all. So when in the compound there will be OH, we will write alkanol. E will replace by all. But for the halogens, prefix is uses. So that's why here it is chloro, it is methyl. So we will write 1-chloro 2-methyl and propane. So that's why 1-chloro 2-methyl propane here. Okay. Now let's see about this one, this compound. About this compound here. Bromine is bonded to the benzene. Bromine is bonded to the benzene. So simply bromobenzene. So for this compound, when bromine is bonded to the functional group, during that course, the IUPAC name as well as common name both will be bromobenzene. Now about this one here, let's see about the common name. When 2-bromine is present there, then what to write the IUPAC name? Let's see. So in this case, firstly let's see what is ortho, para and meta. Like this functional benzene here, here is a functional group, suppose OH. Then adjacent to this carbon is this carbon and this carbon. So that means here first, second, third, fourth, fifth, or you may do the numbering from this side also. If here, then first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. So this one first, that means second, first, second, Here is the structure. Here functional group. Any functional group. So this carbon atom to which the functional group is attached, that will be first carbon, then after second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. So this second carbon atom and this sixth carbon atom. That means the adjacent carbon of the carbon to which the functional group is bonded. That will be called ortho position. That means second position and sixth position. That will be called ortho. Then after here, this one, third position and fifth position. That means third carbon and fifth carbon. That will be called meta. Third carbon and the fifth carbon, that is called meta. And this fourth carbon atom, that means, or you may say just opposite to that, that will be called para. Okay. So ortho, meta, para, that will be utilized in the nomenclature of the compound in common method. So let's see here, common method of nomenclature. In this case, what will be there? So suppose this carbon atom, so it is for this one. So this position and this position is ortho position. This position and this position will be meta position, and it will be para position. So with respect to this bromine is at meta position. And when you consider about this carbon, this carbon, that means this. So this one and this one will be ortho. This one and this one will be meta, and this one will be para. So with respect to this functional group, this bromine, with respect to this bromine, this one is at meta position, and with respect to this bromine is at meta position. So obviously we can say it's meta. So common name will be meta dibromobenzene. Because meta dibromobenzene, because the two bromine is bonded to the benzene at meta position with respect to each other. That's why it's called a meta bromobenzene. Now, because here seniority is same. This one is also bromine and this one is also bromine. So seniority is same. So to any carbon atom here, to either to this one or to this carbon atom, that means among these two carbon atoms, we can consider any carbon as the first carbon. Now, IUPAC name how to write? So when we take this carbon, so it is first position. So second, it will be third. So it will be 1,3 dibromo and benzene. Bromine will be present at first position and at third position. So that will be called 1,3 dibromo benzene. In the same way, we can consider about this one also by considering this carbon as 1. So it will be 2 and it will be 3. So here bromine will be at first position and at third position. So in this case, bromine is at first position and at third position. So that's why this compound will be called 1,3 dibromobenzene. So that is here. So either you consider this carbon as first carbon or this carbon as the first carbon. The IUPAC name will be same. IUPAC name has been provided so that there will be unique name for a compound. Okay. Now let's see. Next one. Next question. This question. So in this compound, when you consider about this one here first, this one. So all are symmetrical here with respect to this one. So that are symmetrical. So common name will be symmetrical tribromobenzene. 3 bromine is attached here and to the benzene. So that's why it will be called symmetrical tribromobenzene. How to write IUPAC name? How to write the IUPAC name? So when you will have to write the IUPAC name, suppose this one first carbon atom, second, third, fourth, fifth. So bromine is at first position, third position and at fifth position. So name of the compound will be 1,3,5 tribromobenzene. In the same way, you can also consider this bromine as first carbon. This one as first. So here first, second, third, fourth, fifth. In that case also 1,3,5 tribromobenzene. In the same way, you can also consider this carbon as first carbon. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here also 1,3,5 tribromobenzene. So either you consider this carbon as first carbon or this carbon as the first carbon or this carbon as the first carbon atom, the IUPAC name will be same. Okay, that is 135 tribromobenzene. Now let's see about this compound. In this compound here, so common name here, common name is for few compounds only. IUPAC name will be for a number of compound, and common name is based on our day-to-day utility. So there are few compounds which about which the common name has been provided, but a number of compounds there will be for which the IUPAC name will be considered. So let's see here about this compound. So here halogen is bonded to this carbon atom. So when you will have to select that longest carbon chain which must include this carbon. So it will be, chain will be either this one or this one or this one. That means in any case the chain will be of 3 carbon. And here if you go 1, 2, 3, you will get these 2 substituent. And when you will go in this manner, 1, 2, 3, then also 3 carbon atom. So here this substituent and this substituent you will get. So anyway, either you go this side or this side or this side. Same number of substituent you will get, and the same length of the carbon chain. So that's why you do the number, you select this chain or that chain or that chain. This chain or that chain or that chain, doesn't matter. IUPAC name will be same to any side you go. So here it will be get, then after you have to do the numbering. So here chlorine is bonded to this carbon atom, and you will have to give lowest position to this carbon atom. So here this will be first carbon atom. If you select this carbon, so 2 and 3 here. So at second carbon atom there will be a methyl, here will be a methyl. And at first carbon atom there is chlorine. So that's why you will write 1-chloro-2,2-dimethyl propane. So same here, IUPAC name is 1-chloro-2,2-dimethyl propane. That's why 1-chloro-2,2-dimethyl propane. Or you may say, if you will check this one, then this methyl and this methyl. So 1-chloro-2,2-dimethyl and propane. Or if you come this side, then also 1-chloro-2,2-dimethyl propane. So to any side, in this case you go any side, the IUPAC name will be same. Now let's see about this carbon. Bromine is bonded to this carbon atom. So these carbon atoms must be included in the main chain. So you will have to select that chain. During the IUPAC nomenclature of this compound, you will have to select that chain which must include this carbon atom. So the chain may be this one. Then after you have to do numbering. You have to do numbering in such a way that this carbon atom will get lowest position. So that will be 1, 2, 3. From there also, and from this side when you will do numbering, then also same. So also from this side also 2 bromo, and from this side also 2 bromo. So that's why here IUPAC name will be 2-bromo-propane. That is okay. Here in this compound, common name here about the geminal dihalide and vicinal dihalide I have taught you, I think. And if not taught, then listen once again. Dihalogen in which dihalide in which the 2 halogen atom will be bonded to the same carbon atom, that will be called gem dihalide or geminal dihalide. Dihalide means in the compound there will be 2 halogen, and the compound in which the 2 halogen will be bonded to the same carbon atom. The compound in which the 2 halogen atom will be bonded to the same carbon atom, that will be called geminal dihalide or gem dihalide. And the compound in which the two halogen atom will be bonded to the adjacent carbon atom, that will be called vicinal dihalide or Wick dihalide. So let's see here in this compound. So here the two halogen atom bonded to the same carbon atom. So that will be called gem dihalide. So this compound has been included called as gem dihalide. And here this halogen is bonded to this carbon atom and to this carbon atom. That means both the carbon atom is adjacent. That means the halogen is bonded to the adjacent carbon atom. The two halogen atom is bonded to the adjacent carbon atom. So that will be called Wick dihalide, or that is also called vicinal dihalide. In the same way, it is called gem dihalide or geminal dihalide. So that is vicinal dihalide, geminal dihalide. Now let's see IPAC name. How to write the IPAC name of this compound? So halogen here, two halogen is bonded to this carbon atom. So you will have to select that carbon chain which must include this carbon. So this will be the chain. That means the chain will be of two carbon. Then after you will have to do numbering, and you will have to do numbering in such a way that the carbon atom bonded to the halogen will acquire lowest position, and that is possible only when here this carbon will get first position, this will be second position. Then after the two halogen atom is bonded to first carbon, so that's why it will be called 1,1 dichloro. So 1,1 dichloro and main chain is of two carbon, so ethane, 1,1 dichloroethane. In the same way here, in this compound, either you do numbering from this one or 1 and 2 this side. IPAC name will be same. So halogen, chlorine is present to the first carbon and the second carbon here. That one I have included this one. So you do the numbering from that side or that side, doesn't matter. So chlorine is bonded to the first carbon as well as second carbon. So that will be called 1,2 dichloro. And when main chain is of two carbon, so that's why ethane, 1,2 dichloroethane. IPAC name of the compound will be 1,2 dichloroethane. Okay guys, just watch out once more, and then after I shall discuss about these points, how to write the common name and the IPAC name and why that one. Let's see here. If I am splitting this compound in the simplified form, or directly you can also do. Firstly, I am trying to teach you in the simplified form. That means here CH3, CH2. This CH here. So that means this chlorine is bonded to this carbon. And then after CH3. So that means the structure is like this. Structure is like this. So here, when you will have to write the common name. So in common name, you know that is we write alkyl halide. Halogen is chlorine and alkyl is what? Here alkyl is secondary butyl, because the secondary carbon atom of the butane has been bonded. So that's why that will be called secondary butyl. So common name will be secondary butyl chloride. That is has been written secondary butyl chloride, SEC, or sec butyl chloride. Sec means secondary. Okay, that was the common name. And how to write the IPAC name? Let's see here. So when we will have to write the IPAC name, here to this carbon atom is bonded to the halogen. So you will have to first of all, you will have to select the chain. Obviously, whenever you will have to write the IPAC name, that time you will have to firstly select the appropriate chain, and for this type of compound you will have to select that chain which must contain the functional group. So this carbon is bonded to the halogen, so the chain which you will select, that must include this carbon. Now after selection of the chain, you will have to do numbering, and you will have to do numbering in such a way that the functional group will acquire lowest position. So if when you will do the numbering from this side, right to left, 1, 2, 3, 4, then the carbon atom to which halogen is bonded is acquiring second position. And when you do the numbering from left to right, then the carbon atom bonded to the halogen, that will acquire third position. So lowest is second. So that's why we will select this one. So that's why we will do the numbering from right to left. So here from left to right, we will not do the numbering. Now let's see, only one substituent is in this compound, that is chloro. So at second position there is chloro. So that will be called 2-chloro, and then after butane, so 2-chlorobutane. So 2-chlorobutane, that is. Let's see about this compound. Here is CH3 whole thrice. That means 3-methyl group is getting bonded to this carbon atom. The 3-methyl group is bonded to this carbon atom. So, and to this carbon atom there is bromine attached. So this carbon atom here our bromine is attached, and the 3-methyl group. This one. When we will have to write the common name, so halogen is bonded to the tertiary carbon atom. So that will be called, that means here the halogen is bonded to tertiary butyl. So that's why it will be called tertiary butyl or tert butyl. So IPAC common name will be tertiary butyl bromide. Okay. Now how to write common IPAC name? So when we will have to write the IPAC name, first of all we will have to select the chain, and we will have to select that chain which must include this carbon atom, since this carbon atom is bonded to the halogen. So we will have to select that carbon chain which includes this carbon. So 1, 2, 3, that you may take, or you may also take 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, anyway. So any one chain you can take. So this chain I have selected. So at second position there is a bromine and there is a methyl. So that's why we will tell 2-bromo 2-methyl propane. So that's why 2-bromo 2-methyl propane. Guys, keep in your mind, when we will have to write the name of substituent, then we will have to consider about the alphabetical order. So we will have to write the name of substituent according to their alphabetical order and not according to their position. Okay. Now third one. Here halogen is bonded to the vinyl group. So that's why vinyl chloride. And chlorine is bonded to the first carbon atom and it is ethane. So that's why 1-chloroethene. So that's why chloroethene or 1-chloroethane, whatever you would like to write. That will be the IPAC name of this compound. Okay. Now let's see here. In this compound, this one here, for halogens, we use the prefix and not the suffix. So the compound in which the double bond will be also present and the halogen group will be also present, then we will have to give lower position to the double bond. The compound in which the double bond as well as the functional group halogen both will be present In that case, we will have to do numbering in such a way that the double bond will acquire lowest position. So in this compound here, one double bond is here, 2, 3, because we will have to give lower position to the double bond. So bromine is at third position. That's why 3 bromopropene. So 3 bromopropene here. And IPAC name here, this one is allyl group. I have already taught what is allyl group. Allyl group is the group in which the halogen is bonded to the, that means allyl halide is the compound in which the halogen will be bonded to that carbon atom whose hybridization will be sp3, but that will be bonded to sp2 hybridized carbon. Okay, so common name is allyl bromide and IPAC name is 3-bromopropene. Now let's see about this compound. Here, the halogen functional group is bonded to this carbon atom. Common name we will have to write. So it is 1, it is 2. So this one here is at ortho position. That means methyl group is at ortho position with respect to halogen, and halogen is at ortho position with respect to methyl group. So we can write ortho in any case also. So ortho chloromethyltoluene or ortho chlorotoluene. When methyl group will be bonded to the benzene, then that will be called toluene. So here to the toluene, halogen is bonded to the ortho position. That's why it's called orthochlorotoluene. And how to write IPAC name? This one is functional group. So this is functional group. So this carbon will get first position and it will get second position. So chlorine is at first position and methyl group is at second position. So we write 1-chloro 2-methyl benzene. 1-chloro 2-methyl benzene, and here also we can write, we can consider this one as first position and this as second position. In that case, 2-chlorotoluene. Okay, orthochlorotoluene or 2-chlorotoluene. When we will have to write the halogen and the functional group separate, halogen and the methyl group separately, then this carbon will be considered as first carbon and this will be second. So 1-chloro 2-methyl. But when we will have to consider this halogen as a derivative of toluene, then obviously it is at second position. This carbon will get first position, this will be at second position. So that will be called 2-chlorotoluene. Okay. Now benzyl chloride also I thought I am considering about this question. Now consider about this question. So what is here? About the benzyl chloride I have taught you. The halogen will be bonded to that carbon atom which will be bonded to the benzene. That means halogen will be not directly bonded to the benzene. Then that will be called benzyl chloride or benzylic chloride. So here common name will be simply benzyl chloride, because halogen is bonded to this carbon atom and this is bonded to the benzene. So that's why this is benzyl group and chlorine is bonded to the benzyl group. So that's why that will be called benzyl chloride. And how to write the IUPAC name? For the IUPAC name, one point you keep in the mind: when the functional group will be bonded, when the functional group will be present in the open chain, then the name of the compound will be based on the open chain and benzene will be considered as substituent. And the word phenyl used for the benzene. So here halogen, that means functional group, is bonded to this carbon atom. So IUPAC name, first we will have to name, main name will be methane and that will be chloro. So that means to methane, chlorine is bonded and phenyl group is bonded. So that's why 1-chloro 1-phenyl. So 1-chloro 1-phenyl methane. Okay, so that is chlorophenyl methane or 1-chloro 1-methyl methane. Okay, 1-chloro 1-phenyl methane or chlorophenyl methane. Now let's see what this compound. Very easy here. You write by yourself. This one 1,1,1 trichloromethane, or simply trichloromethane. Same tribromomethane, tetrachloromethane, and 1, 2, 3. So 1-fluoropropane. So 1-fluoropropane. Okay. About this question, so that was the introduction. That means basic concepts used for the IPAC nomenclature of haloalkane and haloarene. And there is a question which is very important for your NEET examination as well as for your CUET examination. And till now, this question was not asked in the 12th board examination, but its probability of asking in the upcoming examination should not be denied. So, in the next class, we will discuss about this question. It's all for this class. Thank you, Team Educate.